Hi guys, my name is Kashaha and I thank you so much for taking your precious time and tuning in. I am not feeling well. I am feeling so horribly sick. What? Unnecessary things in my handbag, like why keep it just for the sake of keeping it? Maybe I will use it because I wanted to do SIM swap, but I couldn't do SIM swap because of certain reasons. With my purse. Yeah, but then some slips I just have to keep. Oh. Let's go. Came back with some spaghetti, so today I'm just gonna cook spaghetti and mince. I've been craving for spaghetti for the longest time, so glad finally.
This relaxes you. You can take like a yoga class, meditating. Why don't you just get blood? There's still needles involved. Not that good. It's easy. You look at my conjugates and shit.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. 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 Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing on school, and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I begged and pleaded with her day after day, but she packed my suitcase and sent me on my way. She gave me a kiss and then she gave me my ticket. I put my Walkman on and said I might as well kick it. First class, yo, this is bad. Drinking orange juice out of a champagne glass. This is what the people of Bel Air live like. This might be alright.
Mom,
Yo, home to Bel Air. This might be alright. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8 and I yelled to the cabbie, "Yo, home, smell you later." I ain't trying to get arrested yet, I just got here. I sprang with the quickness like lightning disappeared. I whistled for a cab and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and it dice in the mirror. If anything, I can say that this cab was rare, but I thought, man, forget it. Yo, home to Bel Air.
I'm just gonna add mayonnaise and some flavor.
This might be alright. Yo, home to Bel Air.
Some things are just taken for granted. Like for example, see people who say they don't believe in God. From the second you say, "When you don't believe in God," believe when you say those words, as soon as you say those words, I am cutting you off. I don't care. I am cutting you off. there are some people like I've known like before, known for a long time, and then suddenly they tell me they no longer believe that there is a God. They believe that God does not exist because they've been praying, they've been fasting, they've been doing this and that, and nothing is working out for them, and then suddenly they have lost their faith, so they don't believe how God is there. That is understandable, and you can actually talk them into believing. No, sometimes some things when you pray for them, they don't come true because you are not ready for them and what so on. But when I have just met you, and when you just came here telling me there's no God, when you don't believe in God, believe what you want to believe, and I will believe what I want to believe, because we come from different households. I do understand some people might say he or she does not believe in God because there's no such thing as, if you don't believe in God, what do you believe in? Let's be honest, because there's something most definitely that you believe in. So there are some people who say we don't believe in God, we believe in ancestors, because it's the way they are raised. Oh, some people even have the nerve to say stories like Jesus is a fictional story. Like, there are so many difficulties that we face in this life, and it is very much possible along the way you sometimes doubt your faith. You sometimes like take it. I can feel it in my soul, I can feel it in my heart that there is a God. There was this child in high school who was in my class. That child passionately did not believe in God, and he would always want, I think it was a way for him to actually want me to doubt the faith that I have in God, because the topics that he would always bring up when he was around me, like, what is it that you have asked God to do for you? Like, have you ever asked God to give you like a mansion, a Mercedes, and he did that? Obviously that won't happen, but like the kind of conversations, the stupid conversations that he always wanted to have, so I can be able to lose my faith in God for some weird reason. And I took like the whole situation as in like, I'm late, guy. He's just testing my faith, and I am not gonna let him win. Every single body has to experience pain in order for you to be able to enjoy and appreciate the good days. In simple terms, it just means that if there was no pain, if there was no dark days, you wouldn't be able to appreciate the good days. Imagine if every day was a good day. It's just another day. You wouldn't even be motivated. It would just be like, experience pain. You have to see the dark days so you can be able to appreciate the good days. Sometimes, some people doubt prayer because has been fasting, has been like praying for like 365 days, and what they have been praying for hasn't really come true. Sometimes God does not give, obviously God won't give us everything we ask for. It is because he has already seen us, how we behave and how we treat others when we have those things. So sometimes we're redeemer for a reason. I'm just making an example there. Sihle is really desperate, and Sihle wants to have a relationship with Kumo, and every time Hayako Kumo just constantly just keeps rejecting Sihle, like it's been years, and Sihle has resorted to praying like, God, you said, like the Bible does say, I understand that if we need something, we should get it, we should get on our knees and pray, and it shall be provided to us. But Sihle has been doing that because Sihle is very, very desperate to date Kumo, because Kumo is quite very appealing to Sihle's eye. But then it does not happen sometimes. But it's just a way of God saying, Kumo is not good enough for you. I just don't want you to date Kumo, because Kumo is not what you think she is, you know. It's a way of protecting us that it is very tricky sometimes because it gets tricky sometimes because you want something so desperately and you just keep praying for it, but it does not happen, not knowing that thing was not meant for you. If something is not meant for you, it will not come to you, no matter what you say, no matter what you do. If it is not meant for you, it will never ever happen or come to you. I know the Sita and Kuma situation, some people can actually relate to it, but sometimes it's just a way of protecting you and you will never know. Some people even sit years and hope for waiting Sita Adule for years. Maybe Kumo one day, or God will change his mind and make Kumo love me. Can't God not want Sita and Kumo to be together for like good reasons, you know? Like life is tricky, but losing your faith is just not recommended. Like it's the worst. Some people want something so passionately and they're very passionate about it, but God does not open those doors for them because God has already seen their hearts. God wants them to learn a lesson before he can actually before he can actually provide those things to them. Some things are just you just cannot have them immediately. You gotta go through a trial. You gotta experience like some things before you can actually get those things. And if you want something, you just gotta get on your knees, pray and tell God what you want, and he shall provide. It can be provided immediately. It can take time to be provided. It cannot be provided at all. Sometimes some things are not being provided because of the way we behave. God knows how. As soon as you Mercedes Benz, some things are not just meant to happen. You might be asking for the same thing over and over and over again, and God will constantly say, no, I'm not gonna give it to you, because he knows very well it's either to teach you a lesson or it's just a matter of you were not meant to have that thing in your life, you know. You need to humble yourself, or some things are just not meant to be happening. I think that is all I have to say today, but please be sure to subscribe, because subscribing is very free. Give me a thumbs up and comment down below, because I really want to know your honest opinions.